hello, anyone who might eventually watch this on YouTube. I've actually become a little bit more excited because even though I still have like no subscribers, I've been getting a lot of viewers lately. That are all, yeah, it's you and KM Kitsune and or one other person. It's you and Kitsune and I don't know.
You phone to me the link.
Checking to make sure I am subscribed to you because if I'm not, I'm gonna fucking cry.
Anyway, yes, welcome to our wonderful game of Humblewood. I have changed my setup at my desk, which is why I will not really be looking at the camera ever, because it's now to the side. It's fine. Moving on. So, where we left off last week, you guys got to wrap up a little bit of downtime. Gwen got to track down some of the teachers in the area, reached out to her son. We've had some more interviews with the recently captured and imprisoned Frey Meriden. We've had some conversations at the basement floor of the Defiant, where Zinzis let out her internal rage and immediately matched a barbarian and a monk in a street brawl, basically. And Red got to catch up with an old friend from back in the day. As our wonderful adventurers went to sleep, however, Red was unfortunately unable to hear as a couple figures snuck into her room in the middle of the night and whisked her away without
I got snatched!
any of her gear. I'm sorry, I rolled their stealth. Their stealth was super freaking high.
Of course it was, because you were rolling the stealth.
I rolled it properly. I mean, I can start doing these things on camera if you want.
No, that's the thing. It's you, for the characters you have, rolling stealth. It's like, all right, rogues. I have yet to see Dayron fail a single stealth roll. Granted, right. Stealth is in the stratosphere right now.
That's true. That's very true. But yes, so Zinzis and Gerald and Gwen woke up the next morning surprised that their friend Red never came downstairs and went upstairs to investigate, only to see the room was upended, the window was opened, and all of her stuff was left behind. And that is where we pick up. Let's start with our adventurers who've just come back downstairs in the tavern trying to figure out what happened. Or are you staying in the room to investigate?
Help!
Yeah, I am at least going to stay in the room for the moment and investigate.
Because I'm not going to actually scream on camera.
Oh, Martha.
He just screams out fuck at the top of her lungs.
Pretty sure Daryl does it at the same time. Just look in the room. Fuck.
Fuck!
Fuck. He'll start looking through the wreckage, see if he can't pick up a trail. Or
Make an investigation check.
Shit. That's wow. Investigation.
Ooh.
14.
6.
6!
You rank, you level in rogue.
Zinzis and Gerald, you notice all of Red's stuff is still here. The window's open, and I mean, there's a little bit of signs of struggle, not much. When you pick up that on the pillow, there's a small little spattering of blood, not a whole lot, not like anyone's been seriously injured. The window's open, and if you look down, you can see that there are some footprints underneath the window and heading away, but there's not really too much that you can see with you guys' lower room.
I said 26.
Oh dear. All I heard was 6.
Yeah, no, okay. Investigation is a +7. I can't roll a 6.
Gotcha. All right, so you definitely notice the blood splatter. You definitely notice the footprints heading out. It looks like they're probably was 2 assailants who came in through the window. And you do find amongst all the stuff a familiar-esque looking feather of an osprey who was in, that you guys had met. You had only seen from a distance, but had met the other day.
Wait, the fuck?
Didn't I meet her?
I only got a sticks.
I thought I met her.
When Zinzi's and Red had met her, Gerald was keeping his distance from Zinzi's.
Okay.
So he saw her from a distance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I remember I was checking her out. So my head turned like, well, hey.
This was Red's crewmate, right?
Yeah.
So Gerald, you hold up the feather?
Yeah.
All right, then everyone else now sees the feather.
Oh dear.
Bitch!
Seems like we have a Carol Baskins around here.
Red feels a disturbance. I feel like I've soiled that little squirrel.
What did Gwen say?
It seems like we have a Carol Baskins. Sorry. Not canon.
Baskin killed her husband, whacked
Whacked
him,
it.
fed him to tigers, they snack it. Can convince me that it didn't happen. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
With seeing the feather, looking out the window, is there like a ledge or like a landing sort of out the window? Or is it just the window?
There's no balcony or anything like that. It's just like a basic window frame that went out, high, and down onto the cobblestone streets.
Can I look? Can I try and look and see like if any sort of sign of scuffling or anything left from both the roof and the street below, like a nearby a roof next to this building?
So this building's actually, there is a roof to the side, but where the window is pretty central to the building. So it doesn't really have any roofs nearby. If you wanted to check out the street, though, you might want to get down on the street level to do that. It's still a bit far off. You guys are on the second floor.
Yeah, Gerald's just kind of like looking around. He just hops out the window and glides down to the ground.
Okay. All right, you glide down. We'll carry over the 26. I mean, it's a busy thoroughfare for one. It is pretty early in the morning, so there's not much foot traffic that has happened during the day. So you do see a couple sets of footprints walking away, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of struggle at this point. But you do see from underneath the window, it looks like at one point maybe something was set down on the ground and all it picked up, and then 2 sets of footprints walking away.
Sitting down here. They walked. Can I tell a general direction they went?
Towards the stairs.
Towards heading down.
Well, once you get to the staircase, it's hard to kind of tell, but you guys are on. So the stairs, there's a staircase in the Alderheart that leads down towards the trunk, the roots, or the trunk market, the roots, all of that. And then you guys are not quite on the top floor, but the top of that stairs. So it's kind of like where at the top of the tree, there's usually that like one, where you might have that one spot that's like kind of a hollow, and then there's the branches that lead up. You guys are at that top part of that hollow before the branches.
It looks like they headed down the stairs.
I was going to say, Zinzi's and I, like, Gwen's going to go, oh dear, and, like, sort of, like, hustle in her, like, hedgehog way down the stairs to meet with Gerald outside.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did I click my boots of speed last time?
To get up and down the stairs, yes, you did.
I knew him back downstairs.
Yeah, so Gwen, you're about on like the third step down, and you just feel like this brush of air past your quills. And you watch the blur that is Lindsay speed past you.
I'm coming. I'll be there in just a moment. Oh dear. Sprinting, I think I can only do 50 feet.
And then when I reach Gerald, I click my boots to deactivate them, so I have at least 9 minutes left on them for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I get you.
Whew. Let me catch my breath here. What did you... Sorry. What did you find, dear?
They brought her down here, likely set her so they could pick her up and carry her. She might more than likely, with a lack of struggle, she was more than likely unconscious or paralyzed somehow. And it looks like they are heading down the stairs. At least the closest way out of here.
Okay. Should we grab her things and take them with us?
Very least her weapons.
I'll talk to the innkeeper. Let
Her
him know.
armor is also there, by the way, because it's very uncomfortable to sleep in armor. No one really can actually sleep in their armor.
Yeah. Gather her gear and see if we can't find any information.
Okay, so you're gathering the gear. Gwen, you said you're going to go talk to the tavern owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. He's there. Finton is still sitting at his usual spot at the bar with a looks like a really big cup of coffee and his usual overly pleasant personality.
Tea, please, to go. Have you seen an osprey or our lovely Vulcan friend?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I thought I had everything out, but I moved all my stuff on my desk. So let me just see if you noticed last night. No, not since last night. We had osprey and some smaller hedge, I think, leave the bar last night, probably around midnight. And I haven't seen your friend Red since she came back up from downstairs. Why?
All right, it appears she's been abducted.
From my tavern.
I?
Well, fuck that. That's bullshit. He looks really pissed off and like starts going up the stairs. Which room was hers again?
Well, I'll be right there. It's the one on the...
No, you go. I check the room and make sure everything else is fine. You guys, your rooms will be here whenever you get back.
Oh, thank you,
Stomps
kindly.
upstairs.
I would like to insight check him, and I rolled a 12.
12? That's fine. He's not hard to read.
Okay.
He takes his bar, his tavern, very seriously. And it's not good for business if your patrons get kidnapped in the middle of the night.
This is true.
So he's hard on his sleeve. He is fucking pissed. So he's easy enough to read in this point in time.
All right. She's going to take some paper and a quill and some ink and just do a quick message and hand it over to... I'm sorry, what is this guy's name?
Finton. He's already stomped upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to go to her room and do that. It should take like a minute, and then she'll blow on the ink and like to dry it like as she's like waddling over to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you walk in, he's at the window in her room, inspecting the latches, checking, make sure, seeing how it's been tampered with for them to get in,
Uh-huh.
all of that.
Have Zinthi or Gerald come back in yet, or are you guys following the trail?
At this point, they're probably still on the street.
Okay. Gwen's gonna again catch her breath and hand a note over to the gentleman tavern master, and he said, "Could you please bring this to Eliza at your earliest convenience?"
I can have that done. Yeah, that's easy enough.
Thank you, dear. Now, do you see anything that we might have missed?
Not really. I mean, I don't exactly have the most secure of latches on the windows, but it's a second floor. Who the fuck climbs that shit? I need to think about that. We're gonna have to renovate this. This is ridiculous.
It's all right. We live in a world of magic. It's quite possible there's an explanation for everything.
Bullshit. And he just starts resetting some of the furniture that had been knocked over, and just without going through any of the stuff that might still be left behind, he's just making sure that that none of the furniture is broken or anything like that.
Okay.
He's being very respectful as he goes through the room.
Don't forget to grab her armor and weapons.
Yeah, no one came up to help me with that.
I said I was moving, but apparently I'm still back on the street.
So her weapons and her pack isn't, it's not like Red, you don't tear apart your pack every night. So it's all pretty neatly laid out, so it's easy enough to just grab all of her stuff as you're heading out. It's just everything else that's been thrown to shit.
And so her pack, which she would have taken pretty much anywhere with her, is still in the room?
Yeah, it's still.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to grab her belongings, including her weapon and her weapons and her armor.
Okay.
And then this little head just going to be like, just like waddling. And not over encumbered, I'm sure, but like definitely
Yeah, no.
like.
As you start to head out, Finton goes, and just like grabs the pack and throws it over his shoulder. He's a husky guy, and just goes, where are you taking it?
Oh, thank you, dear. I think we should bring it with us so when we find her, she'll be able to kick some butt.
Certainly, understandable. Like I said, I'll make sure your rooms are here whenever you guys get back, if you decide to get back. If not, send me a message, but this is insane. I'm sorry. This is not something that normally happens here, I promise.
Oh, it's all right, dear. We'll make it with the trouble. I'll take that tea to go if you have a thermos or something.
Oh, yeah, certainly. And after he gets downstairs, he kind of leaves the pack by the edge of the bar and then starts making your tea.
I'm going to use Animal Messenger. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have my familiar, who is now a lightning bug, fly out and like just sort of like blink at Gerald. And then like it's like gets Gerald's attention, heads towards the bar, and then waits for Gerald to follow.
All right, you do see Finton does like motion to one of the bartenders who's usually downstairs, and then gives that letter to take to Eliza, so that is being taken care of as well.
She'll slip the dude who's delivering a gold piece for his trouble.
She'll happily take it. What's in the letter, if you don't mind me asking?
It's just a brief update, like, hello, Red's been captured. If you see her or any evidence of her, please let us know immediately. Be safe just in case they come after you.
Easily done. All right. Anything else you guys are doing before we skip a bit?
Angrily investigating outside.
Okay.
Joe's gonna peek his head.
Angrily. The squirrel is angry.
Because you're in a different area, Zincy's roll another investigation check. Gerald, you already got your investigation check.
Yep.
So
Ooh, that's better. 17.
17. Okay, you do also see that something heavy has been lifted and carried out. You see the tracks going towards the stairs instead of anywhere else on the not quite floor that you guys are. I mean, there are a couple, it looks like there's maybe one or two members of the Perch Guard that are patrolling the area, but no one seems to be jumping like they saw anything weird in the middle of the night.
Is it okay if I cast a spell?
What would you like to cast?
Well, hold on. Come back to me. Sorry.
All right.
Come back to me.
Zincy's, Gerald, anything else to do, or?
Put my head back in the bar. Yes, Gwen?
Oh, could you help me, Gerald? I have all this stuff of hers.
He'll take it another.
I don't know what's important, so let's just take everything.
That's fair. He'll take it and tuck it in his cloak.
I just start aggressively playing the trumpet.
Just in the middle of the street. You get a couple of really weird eyes.
Not even a song, it's just
You
3
get
minutes.
a few strange glances as people were not expecting a random trumpet in the middle of the street. So there's a few people who obviously hadn't had their morning coffee who just have a what the fuck as this loud
3
sound
minutes.
of a trumpet blares out in the middle of the street.
I now have 30 rounds of ammunition.
It's right.
I actually love that we've all done a trumpet today.
Yeah. 30
Um,
rounds of ammunition. I only get 1 attack per round so far, so I can fight for 30 fucking rounds. Once I get my 3 attack action, I have to reload after 10 rounds.
That's awesome, though. Red, real quick, do you have any jewelry or
No.
pendant?
I mean, the only thing that she has is her armor, her weapons, and just like the gold that she got.
So no rings, no bracelets, no
Is there anything she would
necklaces.
sleeping is probably what Gwen's asking.
Let me double check. I don't think she does.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Can I remember what she's wearing? Or
You've
like
probably
what she...
seen her outside of her armor, so you might know generally what she's wearing.
Okay, and we don't usually...
Check just for the hell of it.
Did we find her hat? Because she does her. She did go off and find when they went shopping. She did go off and find a nice piratey hat, I believe.
Did you?
Did I buy that hat?
You looked at a hat. I don't know.
I looked at a hat. I don't think I bought it. I just bought the armor and the rapier.
Gee, these are so nice, these huge dice. What was the check?
Intelligence.
Just a straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Or a gay intelligence, if you will. 18.
18? Yeah,
Mhm.
you can easily figure. You've seen her outside of her armor before. You know generally the kind of clothes that she wears when she's more civilian.
Okay, I'm going to burn a 2nd level spell then and cast Locate Object.
Okay. Locate object is within 1,000 feet, right?
Wow, you have that already memorized. Yes, 1,000 feet from me, and if it's in motion, I know the direction of its movement.
At 1,000 feet, you don't get a blip.
Okay.
The Well, no, you probably wouldn't have noticed because your investigation was pretty shit. Cynthia and Gerald would know that this happened probably deep in the middle of the night, but they've got a head start on you. They've got quite a head start on you.
All right, I'm gonna concentrate on this. So it's 10 minutes. So as we're moving for the next 10 minutes, I'm just gonna be like sort of like trying to feel out. I'll say Red's tunic is what I'm going for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did you guys want to do anything else for investigation or find someone to try and talk to? Or are you guys just heading down the stairs to see what you can do?
I'm sort of like, since I'm concentrating, I'm gonna follow Zinzi's and Gerald. So whatever you guys want to do as far as like.
Lindsay's is ready to fucking fight.
I guess.
Yep. Feisty.
Yeah, feisty squirrel.
All right, so I'm assuming you guys are just going down the stairs then?
Yeah.
Gerald, what do you want to do?
Just kind of trying to see if we can't follow the trail. Is there anything left to follow down the stairs?
There is a lot of foot traffic. You know that the trail is kind of older, but you can try and follow it as best as you can. Make a survival check. And if anyone wants to assist, you can have it.
I'll assist.
You have advantage.
Yay. See if I can do better. So that's 18.
Okay. Yeah, you almost lose it a couple times because it's just not the easiest thing to try and trace. But you can see a couple times it looks like maybe she started to fall off of whoever's shoulders, and you see a couple like footprint drag marks. So you guys start to head down, and you get all the way to the base of the tree, and you can see footprints leading off into the forest. I would like first Zincies. Can you please roll an intelligence check? And I'm going to give you intelligence or history, up to you. I'm going to give you advantage.
They're both gonna be +1. I need that advantage. 14. I rolled a 2 for my first one.
You met Aaliyah last night. They were talking a lot about their boating days. I kind of remember Red talking about where she grew up. It was on the coast. Where was that? Not quite sure what the name of the port town was.
On the tip of my tongue. Red told me this the other day. I smacked my forehead.
Gerald, make me a history check. So you might know the person who might have some idea as to how to, or history or intelligence, either one.
We'll do history. 18.
18, okay. You weren't there for the conversation about where the town was, where the port was. It could be Salter's Point, but you've never heard her ever mention Salter's Point. And if you say that, since he goes, no, she said she's never been there. But you do know that there's a few ways to get relatively quickly down towards the port, part of which involves probably, especially considering Aaliyah is a very water-based person. I mean, there's a couple of rivers nearby. There's one river nearby that might be a little faster. if they had access to a small boat.
We need to find a riverboat. There's a trail we used before. They're going to point off towards the other. There's a river that runs down there. It's wide enough. We get a small boat, travel down there. It leads right to the port.
Do I look like a person who floats on boats?
No, but we might be able to find someone who has a boat.
Can I make a check to see if I remember? Because I talked to this bitch, right?
You were part of the conversation, yeah. So you might know some of the ports that they talked about. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's not a good roll. What is the skill? Sorry.
Intelligence or history, either one.
Okay.
Pretty good. So
12, not bad. Not amazing, but not bad.
might pick the name out. If only somebody in the group had a map.
Does anyone have a map?
No, but I remember there's a bookstore in town that Red and I went to. She pointed out some port towns to me there, and Zinzi's runs off to the bookstore.
Run back up the stairs.
Gwen's not doing that again, so she's just gonna sit and drink the tea that she has other
She just gives up and goes, no.
We're here. We'll be back for you.
Left a good job in the city.
Yeah, I run off to the bookshop that Red and I stopped by the other day.
Okay. Oh, the man.
All right, so you walk to the bookstore. It looks like she's just opening it. It's still the same old withered woman who looks irritated at the world. Sees you approaching and just kind of goes, are we in a rush or something?
Keep up.
My friend and I were here looking at maps the other day. Where are those in here again?
Yes, you need a map. Yes, I'll show you. And she opens the door and leads you directly over to where all the different maps are. There's Port Town maps, there's maps of Humblewood, there's maps specifically around the Alderheart. There's a few different options. And as you open some of those charts that you saw before, make me another intelligence or history check with advantage.
Oh, that's just Cindy.
Just Cindy's, because she's the one who saw him before.
Woohoo! 19.
19. You look at the chart and you go, brine spray. That's where she says she was from. Okay.
What was the name again?
Brine spray.
I did not hear that at all.
Brine spray.
Brine spray. Okay.
BRINESPRAY.
Got it.
So you remember the town that she's from. Based off of the conversations that you guys had with Aaliyah last night, where Aaliyah was talking about the situation that she's currently in, it makes sense that maybe she's taking them there. Taking Red there. You don't know.
I asked the shopkeep how much the map is.
Huh?
I asked the shopkeep how much the map is so I can keep a copy of a map with me.
Okay, are you looking specifically at the sea charts that showed you the name of that, or are you looking for a map of the Humblewood?
Yes. Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Two gold total. I can talk.
I pay her 4 gold.
I won't say no. And she just slowly walks away. So you have a map that looks like, give me one moment, as this might take me a minute. This.
Woohoo! So I have a map of the Humblewood and sea charts.
You have some sea charts. The sea charts are focused around this area here. I am in the process of actually putting that all together. This is on Astral, but I will put it into the group so that you all will have this copy of this map right off the bat. You guys are currently here in the Alderheart, and you noticed there is a river right south of the Alderheart. Probably the one that Gerald was talking about. Now,
Okay.
it doesn't lead all the way through, but a river's still faster to take if it's flowing the right direction, which it is, to start getting on the road towards the end goal all the way down here.
Okay.
So at least for now, you think that likely because of your intelligence roll, they're probably going to take this down this way before eventually meeting at Hartmouth to take the roadway.
Okay.
Gosh, this is just a guess. And the distance is probably about 2 hours before you get to where the river is at a normal pace.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So you've got your maps, you've got everything you need. You can start heading on your way. While you guys reconnect, let me jump over to Red.
Yay!
Do you want us
Do
to
we
meet?
have to leave the room?
No, you guys do not need to leave because you are well aware of what's happening with Red now. That moment of surprise is what I was after, to be honest, when you guys couldn't find her in the morning. That was entertaining. I am an evil person. I'm so sorry. All right, so.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I love the grandchild.
So, Red, you have been having moments of less than lucid consciousness this night. Just moments where you remember a cloak being thrown over you at some point, a couple times being set down on the ground, this almost undiscernible mumbling conversation being carried around. Your whole body is very heavy and your head is pounding. You can feel the shackles on your wrists, and you can still feel that leather strap across your snout. As you're currently set on the ground, and you can hear quiet arguing and the sound of something being shoved and pushed before you are once again lifted and put into what from the feeling is very familiar as a small boat before it's pushed off and sent towards water. You can hear the quiet conversation, the familiar voice of Aaliyah as she's talking to someone you don't recognize within the boat.
Okay.
There's nothing covering your face if you wanted to try opening your eyes. It's just this is what you've experienced from your less than conscious state.
Yeah, she's just gonna open one eye very slowly to see if she can like look around and listen in on her surroundings without giving anything away.
Okay. Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Yeah.
All right, then 2 checks: perception and deception,
Okay.
or stealth, either one.
Okay. 20 on perception.
Okay.
And then 15 on stealth.
Okay. That was an interesting turnaround for their perception rolls. So you start to slowly open your eye and look around. It's still the forest all around you, but you're definitely on what's almost like a small rowboat. But the current's doing most of the work. You are placed in the middle of the boat, and you've got shackles around your wrists with a small bit of chain that is wrapped and connected to a post that's in the middle of the boat.
Great.
With what basically looks like a deadlock. I mean, there's not, just like a, it's nothing too complicated, but it's not like your thief tools are near you.
Yeah.
You see Aaliyah right behind you, not taking any notice of you, but she's the one who, it looks like she's doing the most steering with the oars while looking past you towards someone behind you, which actually makes a fair point. Okay. I had to adjust that perception check for the other one because technically
Right.
it's your face, which saved you a lot. So you see Aaliyah kind of looking around cautiously, and talking to this other figure, saying, listen, if I can just get him off my back, I can get him back on a boat, and we won't have this issue anymore. Why are you complaining? And the other figure just goes, not complaining. Just don't see the point of grabbing someone else. Seems like a waste of time. And Aaliyah again just goes, she's a good kid. Her dad's just a prick. And the sooner he sees that she's alive, the sooner I can get back to work.
Can my legs reach Aaliyah?
Probably, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kick this bitch.
Roll an attack roll. Because you're just using her legs, I'm not going to do a disadvantage or anything.
Yeah.
You got a little bit
unarmed strike.
Yep.
16.
Kick this bitch in the shin.
It deals 1 damage.
16 does hit.
I just want to kick her right in the gut.
Yeah, so you kick out and she says, what? All right, fine, you're awake. There's nicer ways to do that.
Because I still have the thing around my muzzle.
Right. And she goes and takes that off.
You fucking bitch, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Care to explain yourself?
Like I said, your dad's managed to get me completely blacklisted from any ship in the area, not just the Navy vessels.
That doesn't give you the right to fucking kidnap me.
It's a temporary solution.
Temporary? Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I feel like you lost confidence in that about halfway through.
First off, take some fucking inspiration because that was great.
I feel like I missed something.
Yes,
You did mockery of the most epic mockery from Red.
Red cast vicious mockery. Okay. You usually take at least one level in Bard so you can take the vicious mockery cantrip because that was great.
Inspiration. Oh Lord. There we go. Okay, I have inspiration. Oh, sorry. Even I cracked myself up.
I listen. It's not like you would have come on your own.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. I never want to go back. If I'm going to go back to the sea, I'd actually go myself with my own crew on my own goddamn ship.
That can still happen. Just talk to your dad first. He's a prick. You're right. He's fucking strict as hell, and he always has been. But he's a good man.
He never listens to me. He's never listened to you. He's never listened to me. He's never listened to anyone.
He's a captain.
Doesn't give him the right to be a prick.
Look, I'm not planning on leaving you there with him. Just wait until he signs my fucking paperwork or talks to whoever he needs to. Get myself set for a boat, and then, hey, I'll take you with me if you want.
No. Let me get this straight. You're sending me back to my dad just so you can get a fucking job.
I got no access right now. Nothing.
You know, you could have just fucking asked instead of fucking hitting me over the head in the middle of the night and dragging me into this fucking boat. Bloody hell! I thought you were my friend.
Subtlety's never been my thing. I'm sorry.
We're gonna need
These
F-bomb
restraints-
count by the end of this.
Right?
I didn't hear that. What?
We're gonna need an F-bomb count by the end of this episode.
It's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
one.
because she's pissed.
Understandably.
Look, if these restraints weren't on me right now, I'd slit your fucking throat.
Fair.
And what exactly made you think that it was a good idea to kidnap me?
Well, it's not like I could have dealt with those friends of yours.
I don't know. Maybe you could have, I don't know, convinced me to write my father a letter? Have you thought of that?
I tried that first. I had old Finney here try to forge one. It didn't work. He wants to see his daughter, and he seems to think it's my fault. You left. So I'm the one who has to fix it.
She's gonna try to kick her again.
This time you have disadvantage because she sees you coming, and you are
It's fine. Fine. Oh no. I know it fell. None of those were good. What was it? Hold on. Yeah, it was a 5.
No. She just, will you cut it out?
Oh, you fucking cut it out. Let me go, for goodness sakes.
You then hear from behind you this, oh, for goodness sake, and you feel a tug on your shoulder. And as you go to spin, you see that the person behind you, who you've only seen at a distance before, it's a youngish hedge, you know, not terribly young, probably about your age, who has a cloak on and has reached into his cloak and pulled out this like fine green powder, and he just blows it right in your face.
Fuck.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. I'm wonderful at those. It's a 7.
So as it gets blown in your face, you start coughing and getting real tired real quick, and you hear Ellie going, well, that wasn't exactly necessary, Finney. And that's when you just pass the fuck back out.
Fine.
Back to my other group, who are currently trying to track her down. You've got the map. You know, you got Gerald, who, because of his background, knows the fastest ways around the forest. And that was a relatively quick way to get to your goal. So you guys have already, I'm assuming, started walking towards into the forest to find the best ways to get where you're going. Let's have everybody make a survival check for me, please.
17.
A natural 20, a 17. Gerald?
It says a 16.
Okay.
The mouse is being weird at me. It kept pressing stealth.
So, with you guys all rolling such high numbers, you actually make it towards the water pretty quickly. That whole conversation with Red was earlier in the night. You guys, so normally it would take about 2 hours to get to where the river is, and it only took you guys about 45 minutes because you've been so careful and you know how to get around and through. So you do make it to where the river is. You don't see any small vessels or anything, but you're welcome to do an investigation check.
I investigate.
4.
A 4?
18.
Yeah.
18?
9.
9. I love how Gwen, who's a divination wizard and has not been using portent at all. I don't know if you're saving it or if you're just forgetting that it exists, which is why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it.
Yeah, I've definitely forgotten again. It's fine. Yeah. Portent isn't always amazing. Like, typically I roll low on those anyway. So I'm gonna stick with my
You're
9.
9. Okay.
I mean, if it's perception, it's a 10.
It's investigation,
Okay.
fortunately, because right now what you're doing is getting down and looking for signs of a boat or something. Zinsies, there's some really soft moss on one of the trees nearby. It's cool. Awesome. Gwen,
It's the tree.
Gwen, this is this is a day with cloudy weather. It's weird. We haven't had one of those in a while. Gerald actually noticed what looks to be like a pile of leaves in a corner and looks like drag marks into the water, as well as what looks like a pile of footprints. It looks like someone had put some stuff down, pushed a boat into the water, and then put whatever they had into the boat. Fair bet that this is probably where Aaliyah went with your friend.
He'll like look over the stuff. Wow, we found the right spot. This is where they got into the river.
Yay!
Now you guys can make perception checks if you want.
Yes. 14.
16.
14, 15, you said?
16.
16, okay.
The quartz has been nice to me tonight.
16.
16? Okay. You can see on the river, heading around, you almost think you see a boat. You're not quite sure. There's a relatively decent bank size. There's a couple side bank side that you can work your way around to try and get closer if you want it. But we can't really make anything out this distance.
That sounds like a good plan. Try and go around on the sides and zoom over there.
Okay. So you guys start going quickly towards the direction of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Let's make a skills challenge.
Oh boy.
Oh, joy.
Shall we say 4 successes before 3 failures? Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Or 2? Is that what you said? 8, 2?
Huh?
Wait, 4, 4? Is that what you said? I forgot. I want one.
4 successes before 3 failures? Does that sound
Okay.
reasonable?
Seems fair.
My portent, I have a 4 and a 5, so
Oh my god, are you serious?
I can't really help us. No,
Can I dispense one of dispense my inspiration so that Gwen can reroll one of your report?
I
No,
don't
it's
know if it works that way.
because I can use it against people too.
Yeah.
So if anyone's like
I
attacking,
roll a 20. No, you roll a 4.
you've got a booger there. Did you notice? Oh,
All right, so actually, since there's only 3 of you running the skill challenge, let's just make it 3 successes before 2 failures.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then as per usual, you pick whatever skill you want, tell me how you're going to apply it, and you cannot use the same skill that the person in front of you has used. Other than that, it's fair game.
Yep.
So for this, just for the sake of it, let's roll an initiative so I know which order we're going to go in.
I'm gonna use my fancy metal dice.
6.
9. Oh, yeah, 9.
All right. Zinzies, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Where are we at right now again? Near the river?
You are right on the bank, on the right side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
And you see heading down the river, what looks to be a boat.
Okay. I want to use my acrobatics as I'm running alongside the river to keep from like tripping and falling in.
Okay, go for it.
Woohoo! 19 plus 5 is 24.
I would call that a success. So as you are leading the pack, you are finding the right places to step as you are hopping from spot to spot, avoiding different routes, and you've got your friends following in your general path so that they are able to keep up with you as you guys just start trucking along towards that boat that you saw. Gwen, what are you doing?
Oh dear. I would like to use an Arcana check to see if there's any traces of magic.
Just traces of magic?
Uh,
Sure.
yeah, or perception to see if there's any evidence whether they went upstream or downstream. Whichever you prefer.
It's up to you, whichever one you want to use. If you want to do it Arcana, you can.
Yes, I'll do Arcana, please.
Okay.
14.
14? Not really seeing any signs of magic other than just generally what your friends have. There's no like threads or anything around that would show like where they're going.
Okay.
Gerald?
I'm going to use my athletics to flex my wings and try and avoid any hazards in my path.
Okay.
19.
19. All right. So in the forest, it's usually pretty dense and it makes it a little harder to glide. But right now, because you are next to the river bank, if it seems like you're having a little harder time with a narrow passage, you just quick make a leap off the side of a tree and glide out over the water for a little bit before hopping back onto the path and able to keep up with the group as you're chasing the boat, which you guys know you are catching up on. It's not exactly a very fast moving river, and it seems like it might have taken them a while to move an unconscious body from the alder cart to the boat. That might have taken some time. They did not bring a cart. So, we are at 2 successes and only 1 failure. We are back at the top with Zinzies. I can't hear you at all.
Ah!
There we go.
I'm about to do something that can either be fucking amazing or end horribly but hilariously.
Don't worry, I have plans. I have like 3 different maps for this potential encounter, so it's going to be great no matter what. Continue.
I have proficiency in intimidation. I pull out the trumpet pistol and I let out a very angry doot to try and intimidate the boat to stop.
Okay, so you're trying to trip up the driver of the boat.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere,
Roll intimidation.
It's gonna end poorly. Fuck. 11.
Unfortunately, as you let out a loud toot, you watch a figure just kind of like look behind and pick up speed. As it's almost like they now know they're being pursued.
Do I recognize the figure?
So the boat is
I
getting
now click my boots of speed and I start sprinting.
okay. I can work with that. Gwen and Gerald, you guys are left in the dust as Zinzi's goes full Roadrunner and just leaves on.
No, you hear a
Hey, your mic is really quiet. It went quiet very suddenly, and I don't know why.
I
don't know. Normally they pick back up as you start talking, but it hasn't been. So I don't know if you want to check your settings real quick.
damnable computers.
That's a bit better.
Ah!
Okay, we can hear you now at least.
Okay.
All right. So technically speaking, the skill check was failed, but then Zinzi's went all Roadrunner and is now running very quickly after the boat. What is your speed?
With boots of speed, it's now 60 feet around, and I am dashing. So 120 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say in like 3 rounds, you're actually able to catch up. But you have left the rest of your party in the goddamn dust. They gone. You're not really sure where they are. You just took off. So it's you, and you see the 2 figures on the boat, and a slumped over 3rd figure.
How far away is the boat from the river bank?
Um, not far. It's actually pretty narrow. So it's only about 20, 25 feet
Uh,
where you are.
I aim the trumpet towards one of the figures.
Which one are you aiming at?
Which ones do I see?
You see Aaliyah. Here, hold on. I will show you in just a
I'm gonna
moment.
aim at whoever I recognize. If it's Aaliyah, she gonna get doot doot.
You're gonna get dude. You're gonna get that hot dude.
And just so you guys know, Zincy's is all right.
I'm sorry, guys. The squirrel got angry. She's angry right now.
The furious squirrel girl.
All right, so you are 30 feet directly from Aaliyah where you are. Where is, there we go. There's Red. Thank you. Finally freaking found her.
Good having a nap.
And then I need to put the other two on the map who are in no way near this combat.
Pull over.
Stop in the name of Allah!
All right.
Put your hands on your head and drop the fox.
All right. So this, you see how far away they are. You just went, nope. And flew.
Sorry.
All right. So you're going to fire on which one?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. All right. It's not quite a surprise round. So how about we just have everyone roll initiative, but you're still gonna get that shot in.
I rolled a natural 20 on...
I rolled a natural 20.
I don't know if I want this to be my shot or my initiative because I rolled a fucking natural 20.
Fuck it, pick. Just
And
what's
it's
your
my
other?
shot. The shot
Okay,
is a natural 20.
What's your initiative?
My initiative is 16.
24. I also rolled a natural 20.
Do you want me to roll initiative too, or am I still knocked the fuck out?
Or knock the fuck out.
That's what I thought.
All right, but you've been on the river so that timeline is a little off. You've been on the river for a while, so you're not out for the full 2 hours. You still have, I'll say you only have a minute or so left. So after 10 rounds, you can jump in. That's awful. It's probably gonna be last. And then that's not great either. All right, so 25 to 20. Just Gerald. All right. 15 to 20.
16.
16. 5 to 10. A 5, is that what you got? Always depend on Gwen when it comes to initiative. It is so much fun. I really thought he was going to be last. He is not last. Okay. All right, so Zinzies, you fire off a shot at Aaliyah and you hit her. Roll me some damage.
All right, so that's definitely 25 to hit. Double the damage.
Double the dice.
Double the dice. 2d10s. Fuck. I only rolled 3 points of damage. What the fuck?
It's still then it becomes 6 plus what?
No,
Oh no, because you rolled two different
rolled
dice.
2d10s.
Okay. Yep.
Those
All right.
What the fuck?
Plus anything?
No.
All
I
right.
don't think so. There's only a d10 of piercing damage. Doesn't say if I add any modifiers.
I will work on that for next time because that's lame.
Okay. I think since a gun is a ranged weapon, it should get the dexterity modifier. In that case, 6 points of damage.
That's better. We'll keep it that way. Nice and easy. I was going to say it's a magic weapon, so maybe it'd be something else, but your dex is pretty fucking good, and I want you to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you do 6 points of damage as let's have a little and Aaliyah, who sees you approaching, went, oh shit, and then starts reaching for something, and you hit her right on the back of the shoulder, and she's and starts pulling out a weapon. Next we have Gerald.
Yep.
You are off in Neverland.
Well, I saw Zinzi shoot at somebody.
You watched her shoot at somebody, and it's gonna you're back here.
I am indeed. Well, I guess the only thing I can do is I can take a dash action, so I'm going to run 70 feet towards where Zinzi is.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 60, 65, 70. Right there.
Yep.
All right.
How far away are they from me now?
"55 is the closest, but they also are very obscured because above the water, they just like ducked under to get underneath this root as they were traveling. This tree that's gone across.
But I can still see part of them.
You might make a perception check just for the hell of it.
Okay.
I want to see how much of her you can see. Because it ain't her head.
That's 21.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of see like where the boat is, where she's kind of sitting. You kind of see like a little bit of her outfit.
Do you think that would qualify enough to be used for use of dissonant whispers? But dissonant whispers is 60 feet. They're technically within range, and I can technically see them.
Sure, we'll say it. You rolled 21. That's fine.
Yeah. They must roll. She must roll a wisdom save of 13.
That's gonna go wonderfully. 13.
13. I'm using dissonant whispers.
That is a 14 that she rolled.
Okay, so she still takes the damage, but she does not have to run off of the boat. Because if she got feared, I don't know where she'd go. That is, and also that is half as much damage. We have 26. 5 psychic damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Gerald can see her. Says, "Hey, he used his for his signature. Where just lets out a high pitched whistle, and it rattles her in the brain."
Okay. Yeah, Zinzi, you see her kind of like grab her head for a little bit, as she's still pulling out her weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But you were actually next again because you got that shot off when you decided to be road runner.
I can do a standing leap onto the boat since it's only 25 feet away.
Yes, you technically.
I do that?
Make a dexterity check to make sure you don't land in the water. This is a moving boat.
12.
Not a lot of room on this boat.
She didn't take up a lot of room though.
I'll say you've managed to catch onto the edge of the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in the water. You're just hanging onto the edge, so you've got it kind of tipping a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can very clearly see Red right there in front of you, passed out. You see Aaliyah, who is looking at you like, and another figure at the front. You see the hedge.
Is the hedge the one steering the boat?
No, Aaliyah is, or was. Now that you guys have entered combat, she's put down the oar and is actually pulling out a rapier.
I point the
Jumped
trumpet
on-
at her.
Huh?
I point the trumpet at her.
Okay. Roll 2 damage.
Over 2. I need to roll to hit.
Yep.
14.
Misses. It just clangs off past her head. Is that everything?
Pull this boat over right now! That's my turn, as I'm just hanging off the boat.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I blow into the trumpet to just regain some ammunition.
Cool. Why not? It is now Aaliyah's turn. Aaliyah sees the tiny little squirrel hanging off of the boat and is going to yeah, I think she is going to do that. She is going to just try and whack at you with her rapier.
Hi. Can I see from this distance what's
No.
going on? I can't see.
Not only are all the way over here, but this giant, they've ducked under this giant tree.
Okay.
Where Gerald is, he can barely see Aaliyah.
Okay.
You can see, basically where you are, you can see like the water is getting a little bit more thrashy as there's a squirrel in the river.
Okay. I just because I can use portent, but I have to be able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. And what is the range important?
Anyone I can see.
Oh, there's no range?
Not according to this.
That's really weird. Okay. But no, you're not able to see from where you are.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
can see Gerald, but
I don't
so
I'm at 4 or 5. So.
huh?
I don't want to curse him with these portent dice. So.
Yeah. So that's not gonna hit at all. Cause that's an 11.
Yeah, that misses.
And yeah, she doesn't have another light melee weapon, except for technically the oar, which is an improvised weapon. But she's not going to smack you with it.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kind of swipes at you, and you just kind of duck down further into the water, and she just shuts. And it is now Finney's turn.
Hey, Gil Pills. Yay.
So, Finney is going to pull out a hand crossbow and point it at you, Zinzies, and going to attempt to fire.
I dare you, bitch.
Is a... Actually, Nope, wait, that's the wrong character. That's Aaliyah. I have too many. My bad. That is a 16 to hit.
Fuck, that hits.
All right, so you take 1d6 plus 3. You take 9 points of damage because I rolled a 6.
Ow.
All right. And then Finny kind of finds a place to tuck down and around in the boat. There's a couple benches and such, and he's not very big and has a really awesome feat where he doesn't have to be very obscured to hide. So what is your passive perception? Zinzi's, what's your passive perception?
My passive is 11.
Okay. He kind of positions himself in the boat in a way that you can't see him.
Nani the fuck?
He's got a wonderful feat called Skulker, where he does not have to be highly obscured to hide.
Fucker.
All right, so it is now back up to, now it's actually Gwen's turn, all the way up in the Netherlands. What you gonna do, Gwen?
Oh, I'm super far away.
Why can't I? There we go.
Is the boat's moving away from me, right?
And after your turn, it's actually going to make movement.
Yes. Okay. Well, I can run 50 feet. So that is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Shadow Blade as a bonus action.
Okay.
And that is the javelin that my husband wielded, the shadow form of that, is going to appear in my hands.
Okay. You have your shadow javelin.
Shadavelin. And I'm going to yell to Gerald, "Do you see her? Are we close?"
They're just past this tree.
All right.
I think Zinzi's is on the boat. I heard some dooting and some splashing. I think she might have tried to jump on the boat.
I believe this conversation is taking longer than 6 seconds, but I approve.
It actually is Gerald's turn next, which is why it works out. Only after, though, I have to make a quick edit to the map while I move the boat.
I'll let you do that while I complete my next move.
All right. So the boat is moved. Finny is still all the way down here. Zinzi's is hanging here. Aaliyah is here. And Red is there. All right, so the boat has moved a bit. And we are back at the top with Gerald. It hasn't moved very far because it's not a fast-moving boat, but and it's currently being carried by the current alone. No extra help.
With my gliding, would I be able to glide up on top of the tree, the fallen tree?
The tree's not too tall. You can jump up 5 feet, right? Before gliding. Then yeah.
I would like to do that, since I have a good vantage point.
How far? So how? Nope, wrong button.
Where am I going?
Where are you going, Gerald? Where are you going? Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that as far as you can glide?
I can.
Or is it 50 feet? 60 feet? I want to say 50.
I can move 35 feet, glide. It does not give me an exact measurement. I can fly short. I can jump 5 feet. I can fly short distances, so I can move my movement and then fly up to get on top of the thing.
There is a glide ratio. But unless you wanted to go, the reason I'm asking is you technically could probably go somewhere else in that log, or you can just stay where you are.
That seems like a fair enough part, since I should still be able to see them from there.
Okay. Glide. All right, so a glide, you have 60 feet per round. So if you jump up 10 feet, you can go forward 60. If you jump up 5, you can go forward 30.
If I glided, would I be able from here? If I were to start a glide from here, jumping 10 feet in the air, would I be able to get to the boat?
So if you jumped, you were.
The thing moving from there to there was 25.
So 10 feet up, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Not quite. You would be in the water with Zinzi's.
Could I land on one of those rocks?
We can say you technically are landing on that rock.
Yeah, I will do that and do the landing on the rock.
Okay.
I glide over, I'll land on the rock, look at Aaliyah, like, hello.
All right, this is why we like our books.
Yeah. And then I'll let out another whistle, another dissonant whisper at her.
At Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Okay.
13 wisdom save.
That's an 18 on the dice.
All right, you're taking half damage then. I want to make you jump off this boat, damn it. 4 psychic damage.
Okay. All right. So, Zinzi's, it is your turn.
Can I use my movement to now get onto the boat?
Yeah, you can pull yourself up. That's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be
I shoot
standing.
again.
You're basically. I'm not gonna move you because you're just standing like 1 foot in the boat and 1 foot on the ledge.
Right. I shoot Aaliyah again, and I'm going to expend a grit point to do a winging shot, and hopefully if I hit her to try to knock her prone and off the boat.
Do you have any disadvantage because you are within 5 feet of her?
Probably.
Just gonna point
I'm
that
going to
out.
try it still.
Okay.
Natural 1. And I just expended a grit point. My only grit point.
But good news, this is not a weapon that
It's not a weapon that misfires.
Exactly.
However,
you do not have a misfire issue. So you just, as you go to fire, I will, okay, just for shits and giggles, make a dexterity check.
fuck. 19 plus 3.
Cool. So as you're going to fire, this is a very small rowboat that you're having this little battle on. And you will pull it up right in her face, and she kind of whacks it out of her face, and you start to lose your balance, and you think you're about to head over, and you kind of catch yourself and pull yourself back up. So you did not fall off.
Great.
All right. Before we jump into Aaliyah's turn, I would like everyone to make a perception check for me real quick.
Unnatural 20.
Natural 20?
Dirty.
Dirty 20. Cool. I thought I heard an but wasn't sure.
Natural 20. Is it 23 total?
11.
All of you are able to hear. Yeah. You all hear like the faintest rumbling sound from around you. Gerald and Zinzi's, you can kind of hear it coming from the trees behind you, but you really don't know what it is. It's just like the slightest little rumbling sound. Gwen, you can almost feel the ground shaking a little bit.
Oh, that can't be good. Gwen!
Oh, bother.
I'm in the face! I hear something coming!
Yeah, Aaliyah kind of like quickly takes a look around after hearing this, but she still has Zinzi's right in her face, so she's going to try to kick Zinzi's in the chest. And she's going to try and kick you off the boat.
Fucking Sparta me?
She's trying to Sparta you. That's an 18 plus 5. And make a make
Like-
either acrobatics or athletics.
I can't see this bitch yet.
No.
Damn.
Acrobatics.
Look at my fucking child.
17.
Yeah, she rolled a 24 for her athletics. So she kicks you in the chest and it hits you square on and you go backwards. And actually hit that rock that's behind you. You take 4 points of damage because it's unarmed. And you have been knocked off the boat with basically a push. Yep. And she just kind of, as she kicks you off, she just kind of looks for her friend, Vinny. Whose turn is next? Gerald, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception, 13.
Okay, you don't see him coming. Let's see. What's your armor class? I have that written up here.
15.
Oh, it's 15 now, not 14. Okay.
It's a phrase armor.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
There.
All right. So it actually just misses you as a crossbow bolt goes flying past your head, but you don't see where it came from.
Buddy, don't fuck up the hat.
It's now Gwen's turn.
Oh dear. Do I see the crossbow bolt?
No, well, you're too far away, and you might see a bolt going off into the distance, but you don't know where it went or where it came from.
Okay. Gwen is just going to continue waddle running.
What's your movement again?
50.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So you're just climbing onto this log. So you can actually kind of peek over and now see the tops of heads.
Okay. I have a passive perception of 14, so I don't have an inkling that there's something to the right other than the noise.
Your passive perception is 14 and you rolled a what?
Oh no, I'm just curious, like, what am I aware of anything going on to the right of me?
I mean, you still feel that rumbling.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear like tree branches, but you can make a perception check if you wanted to.
No, that's okay. I'm going to really. I'll use my action to dash. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sniffle aggressively in the direction of the boat.
Okay.
Because that is my turn.
Okay. Sniffle aggressively. Next is Gerald.
Has the boat moved?
Oh, it's not moving very, you're right. Hold on, I totally forgot. I got to do this part again. The boat's not moving very fast now because there is no one actually controlling it. So it's only gotten about like that far. Zinzi's is now basically floating in the water there. Aaliyah's on the boat here, Red's here, and Penny is here.
Would I be able to glide, land on the boat, and throw Zinzi's a rope?
It would be an action to pull out your rope to throw it, just so you're aware.
I'll do it anyway.
You're what?
I will do so.
Okay. So you get up and you land on the boat. I'll say you land here. And just because you're landing on a boat, real quick, make a dexterity check. The DC is not high.
Dexterity check.
Yeah.
Boats are very tricksy.
16.
Yeah, you're fine.
Say another boat. Hello. I will actually use my bonus action. Touch? No, I can. It's a range. And I will look towards the unconscious Red, and I will use healing words. I don't know if she's injured, but if she is injured, she will be significantly less injured.
I will say, upon looking at her, because you're right there, she doesn't look injured. She's just not awake. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I'll be a nice DM.
Okay.
Because I rarely do that.
Well, since I've now landed dramatically, I will take out my bonus action to draw the short sword, and I will stand at the ready.
Okay.
Tie the rope out, throw it to Zinzi, and attention to the boat.
So Zinzi's, you now have been thrown a rope in the water, so you are able to at least keep up with the boat / get on if you'd like. At this point, Red, if you want to try and make a perception check at disadvantage, or actually make another Constitution save, Red, to see if you wake up. Hannah. Make another Constitution check to see if you wake up, just because I kind of want you to be able to get into this.
That bitch again.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Sorry.
You're good. The boat's moving a lot. There's water splashing all over the place. Something's got to wake you up.
Yeah.
There's whistling and toots about. I mean, there's a lot of distractions from sleep.
Nope. That's a 6.
Not so much. All right.
I'm a sleepy baby.
All right, Zinzi's, it's your turn. You have a rope, so it's easier to get onto the boat if you wanted.
I get back onto the boat.
All right, there's not a lot of room now. It seems to be listing a bit to the side.
I pocket the trumpet and I pull out my rapier instead.
Okay.
I stab.
Okay, make a stabby stab.
Wait, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23.
Thanks.
I can only hit with a fucking sword. For 9 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. Aaliyah's not looking too good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you guys are continuing on the boat, that rumbling noise has been getting louder and louder. And you look over to the trees, And out of the trees comes a.
My eyes, so I don't see what's
It's
coming.
Eliza. Oh God!
Oh,
You
fuck no! Oh, fuck no!
Da-da-da! Giant constrictor snake starts climbing out of the tree or the forest.
Yeah, Zinzi watches Gerald's head spin all the way around and go, "Oh, fuck!" That's not good.
All right, and it starts coming your direction. Come on.
There's poor Gwen all the way back there.
5:30. It's heading straight towards the boat. Even Aaliyah, as she turns, goes, "Oh shit!" And the snake is able to get all the way up and into the front of the boat with its movement, but is not able to. Actually, what is its range?
What the fuck?
The big ass fucking snake.
Yeah, technically it would have been fine staying. Yeah, it can actually stay on the bank and make a bite attack. So it is going to make a bite attack at Gerald.
Yay! Oh no!
It's a 25 to hit. I rolled a natural 19.
Oh! Here lies Gerald, bitten in half by a fucking snake.
In my defense, I'm not actually trying to kill you guys. That's why there's only one. Oh shit!
You
You
say
roll
that, and then you say, "Oh shit!"
I just rolled max damage.
Oh man.
That's 16 points of damage.
Ah!
I'm so sorry. That was 2 sixes on my 2 sixes. You guys
Yeah!
you're going away, and I'm picking different dice.
Ow!
I'm so sorry. I am really.
That's over half my health. Ah! I have a plan. However, it requires that little shit in the corner to not kill me.
All right. So that's the end of the constrictor's turn. Aaliyah is actually going to, seeing the snake come out, actually puts herself in a protective position over Red. And if pulls out a revolver instead of her rapier and fires at the giant snake.
What? This bitch has a gun?
I told you that if you waited long enough, I'd have a gun for you.
Sorry, Red. I'm killing your friend for her gun.
One thing at a time. Snake first.
Well, that definitely hits. So, 1.
Dual wield a gun and a trumpet. The deadly dudes.
The deadly dudes.
That's one thing that actually kind of bothers me. There's only one gun that can be used as a bonus action, and it's not this one. I'm working on it. That's actually a lot of dudes. That is. All right. So she pulls out a revolver and aims it at the giant snake and fires it. And you watch as the bullet just kind of creams right back past the side of its face. And it kind of pulls back for a bit and then snaps back in front and hisses loudly. Gerald's blood still dripping from its fangs. And we now come to Finny's turn. Finny is still hidden because Skulker is an amazing feat for rogues. Is going to also fire at the snake after seeing that happen. Oh yeah, that hits. That's the dirty 20. And Finny is the only one allowed to use these d6s until, yeah.
Finny's the only one allowed to use this dice now.
Yep. Yeah, so that's 5 more points of damage, so. All right, we are now at Gwen's turn. Gwen, you watched a giant fucking snake pull out of the tree line where you were not expecting and is now accosting your friends from the bank.
Oh no.
And you noted, I wonder from that distance, you might notice there's blood and feathers of Gerald's particular coloring all over its fucking face.
I mean, just as she gets on the log, she watches the snake sort of like slither over and bite you. So she's happy about that, and that she's not. So instead of dashing, I'm just going to move 25 feet across the log.
All right, 5, 10. Are you going
I didn't hear that.
towards the other log, or are you just going towards the snake?
Oh, no, I'm crossing the river to the
Okay.
other.
That's what I meant to say, other bank.
Yeah.
25.
That's good right there. Is Zinzi's in the boat?
Zinzi's is has gotten onto the boat, and you can see the boat is almost capsizing. It's on its side because everyone is standing on the same side of the boat, and they all got jostled pretty bad when the snake bit at them.
Okay. 40, 45. Oh, good. I'm going to take this opportunity to cast Grease.
Where are you casting grease?
I'm going to hold on. Can you zoom in a little bit? Sorry, just like on everybody, but like, yeah, that's okay. So Gerald read Zinzi's is the one that's on the rock.
Zinzi's on the boat. It's just because of the stupid positioning of the boat versus the blocks. That's the
Scratch that.
Yeah.
I just realized that it's a 10-foot area. So actually, I'm gonna cast it so it only includes Aaliyah or whatever her name is.
Aaliyah. Okay.
So yeah, I'll center it on like the stern of the boat.
Okay.
And that creates slick grease that covers the ground / that side of the boat. And it's difficult terrain, but also any creature who's there when it appears has to make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
All right. I'm going to give her disadvantage of this because she's currently she's leaning over in a protective manner towards where red is.
Okay.
So
The
she's
DC.
technically standing up straight.
Okay, DC is 13.
I rolled the same number twice. And she's totally fine. It's a 15.
Can I change one of her rolls to a 4?
That would do it, yes. So she falls prone. I'm going to do it this way just so I don't. We're just going to do that. Actually, now she's on her back. There we go.
Get a gun, dear. Get a gun.
All right. Is that all you're going to do?
That is all I can do for now. I'm still brandishing the weapon. And I'm like watching the snake, but I'm also like more concerned about the people on the boat right now because it's. So she doesn't fall overboard, right? She just falls prone on the boat.
Because of how she was situated in the boat, she just falls into the boat, unfortunately.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean, I didn't want her to fall out. So
Yeah. it would have been a possibility if she didn't lean over where Red is, and Red is so interior to the boat.
Yeah.
She basically just flopped down and actually tried her best not to land on Red. That's a good point. Does Red accidentally get elbowed and does that wake her up? I rolled a 9. So Red gets elbowed a little bit. Not enough to do damage, but you get another chance to try and wake the fuck up.
I can't help you because my other portent is a 5.
With advantage because you just got fucking attacked in the chest.
$16.
Okay, so basically a greased up woman falls on top of you.
So technically that's less than the DC of the powder, but that's for putting you to sleep in the first place. So I'm gonna say you woke the fuck up. So you have your friend, former friend, whatever you want to call her, just crashes down on you, and you wake up. You wake up, and as she starts to climb off of you, you're faced in a way where you see a giant snake head hovering above the boat.
Nope, I'd rather go back to sleep.
Roll initiative.
Great.
I'm glad your stuff with this toss back your back.
Okay, I'm not using this dice anymore.
What did you get?
Natural 1. Like, my God.
And what's your dexterity mod, just for the hell of it?
It's plus 4.
So
Well, but plus,
technically-
so my initiative, technically for what I rolled with my initiative modifier is 7. But
Yeah, technically speaking, you should be higher than Glenn.
ugh.
I just like to point that out.
I rolled
I'm not using that dice.
All right, so we are now at the top of the round. The boat is actually starting to rotate a bit. No,
Expand!
there's one thing about this app that I
And
don't.
now Finney is in the water.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. As there is no one steering the boat, it's a little bit harder to stay on, and unfortunately, Vinny is now right fucking there. I will say, because you're not forcing the movement, it's not going to take a top attack of opportunity on anyone as they pass by and get out of its range, because technically speaking, that should have happened. But,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's how Sushi Boat works.
oh, what, with the how you grab it when it goes down
Yeah,
the
it's like, yum.
All right. We are back at the top of the round with Gerald.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to drop Red's gear right at her feet. Gonna like pull on the cloak, grab her stuff, drop it at her feet so she can have it for next round.
Okay.
And I am going to use a fancy spell I picked up. Phantasmal Force. Essentially, Gerald, mutters an incantation and holds his hands out, while an illusion that is no longer larger than 10 foot, 10-foot cube, still fairly big, and is only visible and is only perceivable as real to the target, which is the giant fucking snake.
Two things. First, what's the save?
It is a 13 intelligence save.
This thing is not very smart, and I rolled like shit.
Yay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. What did you make? That was a really good choice. I rolled a 9 with a -5 to intelligence.
So from that tree, just to the side of it, what comes down and looks like a giant owl, a giant barn owl, pure white barn owl with like weird runic designs all over it, Just great big owl flying down towards it.
Would you please cooperate? Come on.
I don't know if the
All right, so like there.
yeah.
That blob is our owl.
Yes, the blob is our owl. And technically speaking, I can make it attack once per turn, and it will only does 1d6 damage.
It's psychic damage. Yeah, Phantasmal Force is fucking amazing.
I love it. So I'm going to do that. And it's a 5 psychic damage. And every turn it can roll an intelligence/investigation check to see if it thinks this giant bird is still real.
Okay. All right, so you've now distracted it for however long
Yeah.
with a giant owl.
To 1 concentration at this level, it's up to 1 minute.
Okay, cool.
So a couple of rounds at least.
All right, is that all you're gonna do?
That is all I can do.
All right,
There's a bonus
Zinzi,
action to give.
you are up. I can't hear you, hon.
Fuck!
Oh, now I hear you, but it's still very quiet, even though you just shouted.
I just quit and rejoined. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see what the gain on my microphone is. How about now?
Much better. Much better.
Okay. The gain on my microphone must have gone down.
Fun. All right, what would you like to do, my dear?
What did Gwen shout to me?
Get her gun. Aaliyah's on the ground. Now in front of you, prone.
I grabbed the gun.
Make a dexterity check for me with advantage because she's prone.
Greasy.
If you need to make it acrobatics, make it acrobatics.
No, I got a 21.
Oh, yeah. You easily are able to get it out. She's kind of still a little dazed from going down like she did. And you're able to get the revolver from her pretty quick.
I want to use the butt of it to try to whack her in the head and knock her out.
Go for it.
Okay. Is that just
You have advantage because she's prone.
But what do I do? Is it unarmed strike still?
I would consider it an unarmed strike, but you'll roll like the damage. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a D6 damage if you hit.
Advantage to hit.
Plus strength.
That is 17.
All right, yeah, you definitely hit. So it's 1d6 plus your strength modifier.
I don't have a strength modifier. But I rolled 6.
Nice. All right.
I like go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
She's not out yet, but that.
And I'm rolling non-lethal damage. I just want to knock her out.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. It's fine. Yeah, she's not quite out, but she's for fuck's sake, holding the side of her head.
Go the fuck to sleep. That's my turn.
No, we'll mention if you see an owl. Again, we can't mention to them. If you see an owl, it's on our side. I try and distract it, but it seems very dumb.
And they can't see it, right? With Phantasmal Force.
I don't think. I think to them it will looks. The only person who believes it's. I think it's the thing is the only person who believes it's real is the target.
Okay, but everyone else. I thought that no one else could see it too.
They probably can see some sort of spell, something happening with his hands.
Gotcha.
He's doing a spell and it turned away. Whatever he's doing over there is good.
All right. Right after Zinzi's turn is the giant constrictor, and it's going to attack the giant fucking owl that just jumped out of the tree at it and started to claw at it. So it's very angrily has turned away and hissed. It is now going to try and strike at the Phantasmal Force. I'm sure that misses. Well, it doesn't actually matter because it's going to go right through.
It attacks, but then it makes an investigation or intelligence check, see if it, because it will react as if it has been hit.
Okay.
Whether the snake believes that or not.
Yeah. So it goes to make an attack on it, and it doesn't find purchase, but it can't seem to figure out. Actually, ooh, here's a good point. No, because it's in the air. You said it's a flying owl.
Yeah, it's a giant owl.
Because it has blind sight. Should it understand the fact that it's not real? But it's making noises and it's psychic, so I would say yes.
It makes sight, sounds, smells, and reactions.
Yeah. So it's just snapping, and the way you have the illusion, it's backing out from its attacks, so it doesn't quite understand that it's not real.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Aaliyah's turn. Aaliyah, who's just been brained in the head, has watched Red wake up. A giant snake is still floating over. Is actually just gonna, yeah, she's actually going to pull out a set of keys and unchain Red. As her
Oh,
act.
so now you let me go.
Want me to whack her again?
No.
Yeah, no. Once she saw the snake, she went. Her mind went, "Oh shit," and she's kind of gotten to a. Well, you guys wouldn't understand her mentality, but yeah, she just. She just pulls out her keys and goes, "This is some serious bullshit," and starts to unchain Red. Before yelling "Finny!" and starts to try to jump off the boat. So you have an attack of opportunity, Zinzi's.
I take the revolver and I shoot her.
I thought attack of opportunities were melee only.
I whack her.
Hit her on the back of the head. Knock her out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mollywop.
She's still in difficult terrain too. Just a heads up.
Goes to run, slip, bangs right on the side of the boat.
True 20.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
2d6s.
Whopper good.
8 points damage.
Total?
Yes.
She's barely hanging in there.
Fuck.
So as you go to swing at her, you whack her. She's still in difficult terrain, and she didn't get up per se. She actually just grabbed the edge of the boat and goes to roll off of it and is in the water.
She's gonna fucking die.
Closer to the shore, she's trying to roll.
And then she gets onto the bank and stands up and is just facing you guys. You guys don't know what she's mentally thinking, but she's just standing right here. All right, that brings it to Finny's turn, and Finny is going to, after hearing Aaliyah, is going to disengage. Nope, not you. Go away. Stupid snake. And jump into the water and starts to swim. What is his speed? Yeah, so he can get about here. There. So he's not quite out of the water yet, but he started swimming away from the giant snake.
Or we'll eat him in one bite. Not a bad move.
And then since the disengage was a bonus action, he's still going to fire his crossbow at the snake. Does that hit? That hits. That actually hits. All right, so Finny hits the snake with Really funny. 5 more points of damage. All right. The snake is not looking that great. That brings us to Gwen's turn.
Oh dear. The snake is not looking great.
It's looking rough.
Oh yeah. Fucking. Now that I see that like our team is good, I'm gonna magic missile the snake.
Okay. Go for it. Is it a dex save or they automatically hit, right?
It automatically hits. Yeah. So, and I'm just gonna cast it at first level.
Okay.
4, 7, 11.
Nice. The different bolts just up its body. And you can see the smoldering spots in its scales after all of the hits. We are now on to Red's turn. You are now no longer bound. Your stuff's all in front of you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Red is gonna grab all her stuff and go straight after Aaliyah, jumping into the water, onto the bank. Just going, oh no, you don't.
So sorry. Gwen would like to move 25 feet towards the other bank as well. And that's it. Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I'll say here so you're a little closer. All right, so Red just jumps off the boat and goes, yeah. So you're technically standing like knee deep in the water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm a whack Aaliyah.
Stomp up to your friend
Yeah.
who's looking extremely hurt.
Yeah, I want
And as
to.
you approach, she just kind of like, wait.
She's getting a raper out like, bitch.
You're on my face.
She's still gonna punch her in the face.
All right, roll for it.
That is 15
To hit?
to hit.
That hits.
Yep, that's 1
Okay.
point of damage.
Right. So you reach out and punch her, and she just falls down. She's out.
Nice. I just want to knock her out. Like,
It's just like I've been sitting on this for a while.
Seriously,
like I don't want to kill her. I just want to knock her out.
she had 1 hit point left after her little escape from Zinzi's thing. So, like, she was barely hanging on. I'm so sorry. All right. Anything else you want to do?
I can't really do anything else except square up to Finny next.
Yeah, and as you knock out Aaliyah, Finny like looks down at where Aaliyah is and glares up at you. He is not happy.
Guess what, bitch? I ain't happy too.
All right,
Kidnap me.
We are now up to Gerald.
Indeed.
The boat's pretty stationary at this point just because of how it's positioned.
Yeah. What's going to be stupid? I'm going to jump off the boat towards the snake,
Towards the snake, okay?
and I'm going to hit it with my short sword and then with my dagger.
Roll me attacks.
Short sword first. 18.
Yeah, it hits.
8 piercing.
Okay.
And then second with a dagger.
What did you roll?
20,
Natural 20.
25 total.
Roll me some damage.
Okay, that's uh, four, one, 3, 9 in the second attack.
Tell me how you kill the thing.
Yay!
Yay!
It had
Jeez,
9
man.
hit points left. It had,
And I got exactly the number of hit points.
yeah.
Same for Red and
Yeah.
Leah.
Red took out Aaliyah, and if it ever shows,
Justice.
9 hit points left. It's impossible to see because my camera is set to a very specific focus, but
So Gerald sees Resident to the shore. He sees this thing battling with his imaginary bird friend. Ah, fuck it. He jumps off, glides out, slashes it across kind of up its face, and then stabs it in the throat, and then lets his momentum just swing it down.
all right. So as you come at this beast, you come around and you swipe at it, and it hisses back, leaving its throat up and exposed, and you just jump up and drag and press right into the throat and freaking Indiana Jones your way back down its gullet. You are covered in gore
Figured as much.
as it falls down dead, with only Finny left. Zinzies, it is your turn.
Shoot that fucking hedgehog.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to just move you this way so you have a little bit better view, and roll me an attack.
Use the revolver so I get a +5.
Okay.
Doot, motherfucker.
What'd you roll?
10.
No, unfortunately, Finny's got a pretty high armor class. So as you go and shoot, he just he sees you coming and kind of ducks out of the way and are around.
I jump right into his fucking space since I'm small.
Okay. Because you're jumping, do you want to jump like over him so that you're on the grass, or do you want to jump into the water?
I want to jump over him so I'm on the grass, but not out of his range.
Yeah, so you'll jump here, and that way you're flanking.
So he cannot get an opportunity attack against me.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
You basically do a cool little like flip over his head and land on the other side, like, "Hi, motherfucker!"
And I just have the gun pointing to the back of his head.
Okay. Done. It's actually finished. You said you have your gun to his head?
Yeah.
Roll me intimidation check.
Great.
12.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It was a low DC. So as it comes to his turn and you have the gun to the back of his head, he looks over at Aaliyah laying on the ground, looks up to Red, and then just drops his crossbow.
Yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker.
Zinzies.
Language, dear. Language.
The thumbs up from the blood covered. Gerald like, yeah.
All right, we are officially out of combat.
Yay.
I'm gonna.
I loot Fenny while he's standing in front of me.
I'm gonna waddle over and hug Red.
I'm doing the pat down thing.
I'm gonna see if there's anything to loot off of this snake, like its fangs or maybe its heart. I don't know.
All right. Gerald, medicine check. Zinzi's investigation check. As Finny is just like, oh, come on. As you start going, huh?
14.
Okay. His cloak is very well made. You also find he got the hand crossbow that he threw on the ground.
Okay.
He has a basic dagger.
Okay.
He has a small pouch with 10 gold pieces in it.
I take that 10 gold.
And on the other side, he's got a smaller pouch, a small leather pouch about this big. And as you open it up, it's just filled with this strange green powder.
I take the pouch and I take off any weapons that he's carrying.
Okay, he just had the dagger and the crossbow and crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
And then for the powder, make a medicine or a nature check.
It's gotta be the same one either way. Ooh, 18.
18. It's got a very earthy scent to it. It looks like it's probably ground herbs and roots and such.
Uh-huh.
And upon looking at it and inspecting it, you realize it's probably what kept Red asleep as long as it did. You can add to your inventory a bag of sleep powder.
Okay.
It is one of the things that it's actually something I was able to make and put into the homebrew stuff. With 7 uses.
Okay. Seven uses. Okay. And then a hand crossbow and a dagger.
Yes. And then he had that cloak.
And I'll take the cloak as well.
Jacking all your shit. Jacking all your shit. Kidnap my friend, so I'm jacking all your shit.
Does the cloak seem magical at all?
Make an Arcana check.
What is that? My Arcana is only a +1, but I'll try.
Good to have you back.
3.
3?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
I put the cloak on.
Okay. You put the cloak on and you feel a little bit lighter in your step. A little bit quieter than you normally are when you put the hood up.
I'm invisible!
Red, you look over as she says this and she's not invisible.
Since I can see you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't, because I'm invisible.
She just goes poke on the forehead.
Ow!
It is, however, a cloak of elven kind.
Fuck yeah!
We have now turned her into a gorilla suit sniper. I will do you from 100 yards.
Listen, no one tried to stop the squirrel from looting the people, okay? I'm just saying.
I'm across the river.
I have a fucking cloak of elven kind, sleep powder, and a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, she's managed to get all of the cool loot from this fucking thing. I'm just saying. All right, do you go over Aaliyah as well?
Yeah. I loot her too.
Aaliyah's also got 10 gold, and she's got her rapier.
I hand the 10 gold to Red.
Nice.
And
so 10 gold?
And the rapier to Red.
She also has a whip. That she did not.
Hey.
I just hand everything I find on Aaliyah to Red.
Okay.
Yeah, you are now.
And I mean, she's wearing basic leather armor. So is Finny. I don't know if you're planning on stripping them in the middle of this field.
Yeah, I strip their armor and I throw it in the water.
Okay, Finny's gonna resist a little bit because he's still fucking awake.
I fucking intimidate him and I point the gun at him again.
All right, roll intimidation.
Shit, 13.
Yeah, he rolled a 15 for insight, so he's just like, no!
I cock the gun.
God. Mm,
Gesundheit.
thank you. He very slowly he's never stops glaring at you as he just starts slowly taking off his armor.
As soon as it's off, I grab it from him, I chuck it in the water.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so question. Why exactly were you helping Aaliyah kidnap me?
Well, she's my friend. Iowa.
And your friendship really included kidnapping as a good idea.
What wouldn't you do for your crew?
Not kidnap people!
You might kidnap people, actually. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
if they were awful.
Maybe steal their shoes?
I think that's somebody else we know.
Just the left
Give her
one.
inspiration. Give her inspiration.
Yeah, you
for that.
got fucking inspiration. God damn.
Yeah, from across the river. Just the left one.
Throwbacks.
While I'm like carving up this fucking snake.
Oh, GKC quotes always give inspiration.
Yes.
Before we denigrate them anymore, perhaps we should find out why they were kidnapping you?
Oh,
They were
yeah, get over there.
They kidnapped me so that Aaliyah could get her job back because apparently my prick of a father blames her for me running off.
That's stupid.
I know. My father's an ass.
Fuckhead.
You know, there's a deficit of teachers. You could take a job as an educator. Oh, wait, she's asleep, isn't she?
Yeah, she's passed out on the ground.
Ugh.
Oh, Sarah, by the way, I rolled a 19 for my medicine.
I go and I slap Aaliyah across the face to wake her up.
Oh, yeah, she starts to slowly wake up. For your medicine check, you said 19?
Yes.
All right, you're able to get, let's say, you're able to pull out 9 of the fangs, which are still dripping with your blood, by the way. You're able to procure about 30 snake scales. And I mean, if you wanted to really try for the heart, it's fucking huge.
I probably look at it and kind of go, you kind of look at the boat. You wait here.
So a giant constrictor snake is considered a huge beast. So the heart is physically bigger than you.
How physically heavy is it?
It's fucking heavy. It's really fucking heavy.
I mean, I'm only currently carrying 72 pounds. I am far from encumbered.
You can certainly try. I won't stop you from trying.
I'm going to.
We'll need to make strength checks as you drag it through the woods, and I don't know what you plan on doing with it.
I probably look at it. It's just not practical. We're gonna whack it. And can I take it? I know it sounds rather morbid. Can I take its eyes?
I'll say you could, with your roll, you're able to get one of the eyes.
Yeah. Or like, well, eye might be worth something. If nothing else, I can give it to our councilman friend. He can have it preserved and put it on a shelf somewhere. If nothing else. Yeah, he'll do that, and he'll grab the fangs, and he'll kind of glide his way back over to the to them, and he'll see Aaliyah starting to wake up, and he'll kind of mutter. He essentially mutters something about her being a fuckhead, but with with a little bit of a sing-songy voice, using healing words to kind of, I am insulting you back to a little bit of health.
All right, roll it for me.
7 whole points of healing.
Okay. So as Zinzi starts slapping her awake and Gerald starts singing it, she just kind of starts to shake her head a little bit and looks up and just goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I have the revolver pointed at Finny and the trumpet pointed at Aaliyah.
See, look at what you've done. You've pissed off the squirrel.
I have my tail like puffed up.
And Gerald comes over. He is covered in the blood, and she just looks behind him. The snake is dead. He's just like, so. Introductions went out of the way.
Thought you were my friend.
Never meant any harm.
You really want your job back so bad.
I really want to sail again. And I can't with your fucking cunt of a dad.
Why don't you sail with someone else?
I can't. He's blacklisted me.
What's he got against you?
I helped you. He's just worried about you.
He can go fuck himself.
He lost your mom. He never wanted to lose you too.
It's just a fucking excuse.
I know. I'm sorry.
How about we forget this happened and you send him a message for me.
What did you have in mind?
If you find my father, tell him that I'm willing to meet once. For a short amount of time with my friends. And after that, he has to leave me alone and give you your job back. Does that sound fair?
I can certainly try. Make no promises. He's a stubborn ass man.
I know you can't keep promises for him, that's fine. But you can at least do your part, make up for the kidnapping.
I'll do my part. Sorry, kid.
We're all just fucked up sea lovers anyway.
She's a hard mistress to get away from. Nothing like that feeling.
Yeah.
Gerald, she's a hard mistress to get away from. Gerald just kind of makes a face. So it's like, I feel that in a way.
When this whole time has just been sitting there drinking her tea. Just like,
Zinzi's just like,
There's even when you were on the boat, Aaliyah had a conflicted look. Now it's just pure guilt. This has never been something that she's been proud of herself for. And while she had rationalized it in her mind before, she's not pleased with herself.
And rightfully so.
Was angry, so.
Now, I could see this going one of two ways. Either both of you can walk away, you can carry on my message to my father, or we can knock you out now and turn you in.
Oh, the first one, definitely. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Finnick hasn't said anything. He's still just standing there with his hands up as he's still got a pistol in the back of his head.
Red will, toss back to Aaliyah her 10 gold, and her rapier and whip. And just leave it on the floor and still, look at Zinzi's to make sure that she still has her gun pointed.
Yeah,
I've got the trumpet pointed at Aaliyah.
at this point, Aaliyah's still like, by the way, what the fuck is my armor?
I just looked to the water with a smile.
And it just goes, fucking squirrels threw it in the river. The river.
Squirrel
Threw
kicked your ass.
our armor into the river. Why?
You're a sailor. You can swim and get it.
Shouldn't be too far. A squirrel also kicked your ass. Back into your own gun. That's embarrassing.
I think it's about time both of you leave.
Sorry to be a bother, but shouldn't we leave? We should get back to town.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to get back to town. Thank you.
Yes.
I, for one, need a bath.
I'm going to watch these two walk away, though.
We're
Until
not
I can
leaving.
no longer see them, I will watch them walk away.
We're not leaving you again.
Finnick helps Aaliyah back up to her feet, and the two of them actually start loading their stuff back into that little boat. And start to head off. Aaliyah just kind of quietly looks back to you before saying, "Walk quietly, you don't want any more of those fucking snakes nearby."
Red, nods.
And they slowly and quietly disappear down the river.
Take care, you fuck.
I hope there's no more snakes. I only got one more of the solutions left.
Can we please, for the love of all that is good and holy, get back to the city because I need to take a nap.
Taking one all day.
But that was a magically induced nap and it hurt my head.
He kind of holds out his flask.
She takes it.
I'm going to cast Animal Messenger and let the Tavern Master know that we found
I've said it 5 times this game alone. What is his name?
Bob. 7. Frederick.
It does begin with an F. Keep going.
Frank.
Finnegan.
Close.
Featherbottom.
Finton. His name is Finton.
Finton?
Yes. Fintan.
Why do I just want to call him Mr. Mosby?
Right.
Not running in my tavern.
No running in my tavern.
No kidnappings in my tavern.
So Gwen sends a message, an Animal Messenger. I'll choose a sparrow because they're pretty fast.
Okay.
To Finton to let him know that we found Red, we're coming back, and we are definitely going to need some baths. So
That's and alcohol.
And alcohol.
Okay.
And it's just, I think it's a one-way.
All right. As far as you know, your message has made it. So it's now probably about 3 in the afternoon. You guys got a quick head start when you found out that she was missing. You kind of skipped breakfast and just ran out the door. It took you only 45 minutes to get from the river, but you guys were kind of rushing. And then about 20 minutes down the river to catch up. So it'll still take you a couple hours to get back to the Alderheart. When you get there, pacing outside of the base of the city, you see a very familiar and very worried looking Aloran with a couple small children playing in the woods nearby.
Yeah, like I said, I think that after they start turning around and going, Joe just kind of grabs his side because where the snake bit him. As soon as he sees Aaliyah, he pulls his cloak in front of his bite wound. He's like, kind of straightens up. Everything's fine. What are you not doing out here?
You talk to her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As soon as she sees you guys coming and hears your voices, she immediately looks up from her pacing and, oh, you guys are all right. Okay. I just got a weird message that's you. And she runs up over to Red. She's like, where'd you went missing? And she's like inspecting every part of your body. She's just like, are you okay?
Red's like, yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's all right. I'm fine. A bit of a headache, but I'm fine.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, I could honestly use some pastries and a drink. A strong one.
I think that can be arranged, I'm sure. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're all okay. And she's going to look over and I want to see if she notices. I really want to see if she notices. She notices. She looks over and she's like, Gerald!
He's going like, hi. Everything's fine.
No, that's not fine. That's not fine at all. You're covered in blood. Your own blood.
Occupational hazard?
Oh, I've got plenty of potions. I've got plenty of potions. Let's head back to the shop. Come on. And she starts motioning over to the kids who now see your presence, and immediately the twins run over to Zinzi's and are now hanging off of her because why not?
I hold them up with my whole 10 strength.
And Ramona is sitting there with the youngest and just kind of herding her siblings in towards the Alderheart, and you all are able to go in. Ramona actually hands you a potion, a regular potion, Gerald.
Oh, goody. Yay, please. Thank you. To be fair, it's not all mine. Killed a bloody great snake. I also, you kind of look to Eliza, I also took some of its fangs, great big ones. They're not sort of they're usable for anything. I think I've also got one pristine eye. Other one was
it's not small. I mean, they're still huge. So the eye itself is still that big. And you pull that out, and she's just like, oh, well, that's very fascinating. I'm sure we can find some uses for that. There must be some collectors out there who look from bizarre. I'll buy that off of you. How much do you want for that? Or we can trade. I've got tons of potions and other items.
Put it away.
What in the world would you want?
First of all, pop, chug.
People into some very strange things these days. So it's a basic healing potion. You can roll that up.
How much does that do?
I want to say that's the 2d4. Let me see.
+2.
+2, yeah.
5 + 2. That's 7. That's a nice amount of healing.
Let me make
Oh.
sure I got the right number for you before. Yes, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, so it's at 16. All right. Well, after we take a long rest, I'll have healed anyway. So he's no longer like. Oh, okay, that's better. He took a bloody good chunk out of me. Big old constrictor probably could have swallowed us whole. Apparently, was not interested in that.
Well, you fought bravely, and now you have a story to tell, dear.
Oh, I'm making that a song, that's for sure. But a gunslinging Gerbine, Gwen from afar, shouting at people not to curse, fighting a great bloody snake at our captors, and of course, Red knocking her the hell out.
One sweet tale.
That's quite impressive, I must say.
What was that? Sorry, I talked over you.
Oh, she just says that's quite impressive, I must say.
Been an interesting day. We also forgot to have breakfast. We were in the middle of it, and then we discovered that someone was missing. But he kind of pats Red on the shoulder, but we're very glad to have her back. Safe and
It is just about supper time. We might as well all head over to a tavern and get some dinner if you don't mind us joining you.
not at all. Just don't have the little ones from downstairs.
There's an immediate peak of interest. Like immediately. Downstairs? What's downstairs?
Zinzi's just gives that big sister look at the two of them like, no.
Roll intimidation.
I intimidate the twins.
Yeah, roll intimidation. These kids were fucking trouble.
I'll assist by distracting them with magic.
21.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're like, what's down?
Yeah, he'll just look at Eliza. More adult things. We'll leave it at that. Nothing the kiddies should be getting involved in.
I shoot a glare at Gerald for even bringing it up.
Oh,
Like-
yes.
She's talking somewhat quietly to Eliza so that she knows. Yeah, no, not place.
I rolled an 8 on intimidation towards Gerald.
He just kind of glances back at you. Needs practice. I get the message.
Gwen is gonna pull some like buds of flowers off of trees as they're passing, and she's gonna put one in each of the little one's hands, and then like secretly cast Druidcraft so they like one at a time like open and bloom as a distraction.
Yeah, the youngest especially is just absolutely fascinated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pick up my binder so I can remember all their names. It's Ramona and
The Tavern Master.
Mr.
I
Moses.
haven't said these ones this game. I wasn't expecting them to be in this one. Mona, Zuri, Finn, and Glennis. So Glennis and Finn are the twins. Zuri's the youngest, and Ramona is the oldest. So the twins they eventually just start throwing them at each other because they're beyond troublemakers. And Zuri just is holding your hand and staring at it like it's the greatest thing in the world. As you guys start heading up, eventually getting towards the tavern, and as you're about to enter it, Eliza just kind of will tap Red quietly on the shoulder and just say, "Are you all right, dear?"
I'll be fine. Just had a bit of a rough patch with old friends, but it's fine.
It can be hard, I understand. Nothing that we won't fix.
That's true. Can't wait to get out to the sea myself.
Oh, that sounds fun. Only, I came this way from where I'm from over the sea, but that was months ago.
It's nice out there, isn't it? Beautiful.
That was gorgeous. Dangerous, but most beautiful things are. After you guys enter, sit down. Finton comes over, explaining all the wonderful security improvements that he is about to be adding to all of your rooms, and telling you that he is going to be comping you guys a week.
Nice.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm having sleep right now.
Yes, we're actually going to wrap it up here as you guys are eating dinner and joining the rest of the evening with Red finally back safe after such a long night and day.
Yay! We have reacquired the bean.
I'm for a bath, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is not a
I'm gonna
bathhouse.
pass the fuck out once she's done eating.
This is not a bathhouse. There's like wash basins that you can find, but I mean, if you wanted to look for a bathhouse, but we would worry about that next time if you decide to actually do that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I guess that's where we'll call it a night. I am glad you guys were able to find your friends. And for anyone who is watching from YouTube, thank you for joining us on this crazy adventure, and we hope you come join us next time. Bye.
Bye.